Spooky season came early, bro.
But good thing it's a fun time, guys. So what's up? I am back at it with another video. Today is going to be talking about Ghostricks. So if you guys don't know what Ghostricks are, it is an old deck that debuted a million years ago, really. It's an XYZ deck that just recently got 4 new support cards, and we're going to be talking about how the deck works, so show you some gameplay, and show you a basic deck profile of a build I've been testing. It's a pretty fun deck, and it can outgrind even the grindiest decks now. So it's really nice to see that this new support is really good for the deck, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I do. If you would like to support me, give me a like, comment, and hit that subscribe button so you can see the content I make in the future. But without further ado, let's get on to the card discussion. Alright, so if you guys aren't familiar with my card breakdowns, we go through all the important, relevant cards that are in the archetype and basically show you a basic overview and what the deck does with this. Without further ado, let's go on to it. So all Ghostrick monsters have the effect in their very first line, cannot be normal summoned unless you control a Ghostrick monster. They also all have the effect of once per turn you can change this card to face down defense position. So as you can see, they're basically a flip deck without having the flip effect. So first up is Ghostrick Siren. Ghostrick Siren is our newest monster. She is a level 4 fairy monster with 800 attack, 1500 defense. Her effect is when she's normal or flipped face up, send top 2 cards from your deck to the graveyard. Then if there was a Ghostrick among those cards you sent, you can apply one of the following effects. Add 1 spell or trap, Ghostrick card from your deck to your hand, or change 1 effect monster your opponent controls to face down defense position. Notice that this is not targeting. Rest in peace, Dragoon. This isn't targeting, so basically it's really nice to just basically Book of Moon whatever you need without actually targeting them. This also becomes another consistency card because it adds a Ghostrick spell or trap and it loads your graveyard with Ghostrick cards for Ghostrick Fairy. Next up is Ghostrick Skeleton. He is basically your alternate win condition if you can't complete the win condition of beat sticking people to death. Basically when he's flipped face up, he banishes cards from the top of your opponent's deck face down up to the number of Ghostrick monsters you control. So if you control 6 Ghostrick monsters, you banish 6 from the top of their deck for free. And you just can keep doing this every turn during both players' turns because your deck likes to function on their turn as well. It's a really nice card, and it's really funny to see your opponent like die to a mill. Ghostrick Jiangshi, when he's flipped face up, you can add 1 Ghostrick monster from your deck to your hand whose level is less than or equal to the number of Ghostricks you control. So for example, if you have 3 Ghostricks on the field, you can add a level 1, 2, or 3 from your deck to your hand. Ghostrick Fairy, when she's flipped face up, you can target a Ghostrick in your graveyard, set that card to your field, but banish it when it leaves the field. You can, right after that, change face-up monsters your opponent controls to face-down defense position up to the number of set cards you control. So this is really nice because it's also a non-targeting Book of Moon, and it's just like recursion. And as I mentioned, she basically synergizes wonderfully with the new Siren card. So it's really nice, a little interaction to see. Ghostrick Doll is our next one. She is our other Rhoda. So basically when she's flipped face up, she has the mandatory effect of during the end phase, change as many face up monsters on the field to face down defense position, then you can summon a Ghostrick from your deck in face down defense position, whose level is equal to the number of monsters flipped. So if you flipped 4 monsters, you can summon a level 4, level 3, level 2, or level 1 from your deck. She is very good card for gaining board presence and getting whatever card you need. For our level 1s, we've got Ghostrick Lantern. Basically, when your opponent declares a direct attack or an attack on a Ghostrick monster you control, You can negate the attack and then special summon him in face down defense position, so it's basically Battle Fader. Ghostrick Spectre, when a Ghostrick you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, special summon him face down defense position, then draw 1 card. He basically is board presence and an upstart goblin. And Ghostrick Mary, when you take damage, discard her and special summon a Ghostrick from your deck and face down defense position. She's basically another way to search any of your monsters. For our new spell, Ghostrick Shot, it's a really good normal spell. This is just being released with Siren, and it's just crazy. So basically, you can activate this card, special summon a Ghostrick from your hand or grave, then change 1 monster that's Ghostrick that's face down on your field to face up attack position. So basically, a Book of Moons and special summon. So you get 2 bodies face up on the field. That's excluding your normal summon. Its other effect, you can banish it from your graveyard, then target 1 XC Ghostrick XC you control, and attach a Ghostrick card from your grave as material, which is very nice for recursion, because when you have Ghostrick Angel of Mischief, attaching like Alucard or Dullahan back from your grave to it is really nice for extra recursion, because when they get sent, they target a Ghostrick and add it to your hand. So this is a really nice little utility card that adds extra grind to your game. Ghostrick Mansion, basically it's a field spell, and no monsters can attack face down defense position monsters, but they can all attack directly if all of them are face down. And this applies to both players. So if your opponent's monsters are all face down, you can attack direct. Also, all effect damage and battle damage inflicted to the opponent, by monsters, other than Ghostricks is halved. So all your monsters are basically unaffected by this. It's only your opponent that's being affected really by this. Now for our traps, we've got Ghostrick Scare. Target any number of face down monsters, change them face up defense, and then count the number of Ghostricks. And if you do, change face up monsters your opponent controls face down defense position. This is really nice because it triggers all your stuff during your opponent's turn, and it also Book of Moons all your opponent's stuff, so you basically dodge battles and other really scary things, and it's a really nice card. This is an auto 3 in my opinion. Ghostrick Retreat is the new Ghostrick trap. Basically, if you control a link monster, Ghostrick, or a field spell, you can target a face-up monster your opponent controls. This either negates makes it so it can't attack, its effects are negated, and its Book of Moon at the end phase, or your opponent can make this card get set again at the cost of 2k life points. It's a really nice card, one of, I guess. And we play Ghostrick Knight as well, because Ghostrick Knight gives you basically makes the opponent's monsters that are Book of Moon get locked into face down defense position. Also, if it ends up being destroyed for any odd reason, your opponent can't declare an attack for the rest of that turn. So it's a really nice little niche lock if you can pull it off. But yeah, onto the extra deck, we've got our new Ghostrick Festival monster. So basically, you can link summon this using a face down Ghostrick you control. If you open like a bad opening like Ghostrick Lantern only, you can set Lantern, link into Festival, and then basically continue with your stuff. So your Ghostrick monsters can attack directly while there's a Ghostrick card in your field zone, which is kind of redundant, honestly. But in a way, it's really nice because it doesn't require your opponent's monsters to be face down. And when your opponent declares an attack, you contribute this card to basically search any Ghostrick from your deck and set it onto your field face down defense position, which forces a lot of hand traps and really scares your opponent when you flip a Ghostrick doll from this and basically Book of Moon everything and continue to get more advantage. It's a really nice card, really good Link 1 that they added into the game. Ghostrick Dullahan is our Link 1 Ghostrick. Basically, he gains 200 for each Ghostrick card you control, which isn't relevant. And once per turn, you can detach material and then basically act like Gale the Whirlwind by having an opponent's monster attack until the end of the turn. Its real important effect really is when it's sent to the grave, targeting a Ghostrick in your graveyard and adding that to your hand. It doesn't matter what card, as long as it's a Ghostrick card. Ghostrick Alucard, he's our rank 3. Basically, your opponent can't target any face down defense position monsters for attacks except for him, and then you can detach a material from him and then target a set card your opponent controls and destroy it, which is a really nice little thing, and you can only use his effect once per turn. Also, he's got the same effect as Dullahan when he's sent to the graveyard, which is also really nice. Ghostrick Angel of Mischief, she has one of your weirdest win cons. Getting 10 materials on her wins you the duel, which is a funny little thing. When she can be summoned using any Ghostrick XZ you control as a material, and she takes their materials, which is nice. She gets to trigger off Dullahan and Alucard easily. Basically, she can once per turn detach a material, add a Ghostrick spell or trap from your deck to your hand, which is another Rhoda for Ghostrick shot or your traps, and then once per turn, she can also attach a Ghostrick card from your hand to the card as a material. It's really nice. And that's going to wrap up all the relevant Ghostrick cards that we are playing in this deck. Alright, boys and girls, so this is the moment you guys have all been waiting for, the Ghostrick deck profile. Okay, so as you can see, it looks relatively standard in my opinion. I've built this without really much outside help on this, so it could use a little editing probably, but this is what I thought would be the best, as I wanted to maximize on consistency. So basically I did 3 Siren, 3 Jiangshi, 3 Doll, 3 Mary. All of those are 3-ofs because those are all our Rhodas. Then I did 3 Lantern because Lantern is really good at protecting things, and then we went with 1 Spectre, 1 Skeleton, 2 Fairy because mostly space, honestly. Then we went 3 Shot because also another consistency card, also everything move better, really. It just speeds up the deck so much. And 3 Scare because it is one of the best traps in the deck for the archetype, and it's searchable. As for disruptions, we play 3 Solemn Strike, 3 Ash, 3 Nib. Nib actually has weird interactions since it doesn't tribute the face down cards on the field, so if all your monsters are face down and they summon 5 and you can activate it, you use Nib and then you just laugh at them. For the extra deck, I think Ghostrick Festival should be a 3-of automatically. It is that good of a card for the archetype. It's just mandatory. 2 Dullahan because we didn't have the space for a 3rd. 3 Alucard, 1 So Cute Boss because more than 1 is like useless. She's really only okay at 1. Anyways, and then 3 Angel of Mischief because she searches and she's just that good. She's your main beat stick. We play 1 Zeus because we can. 1 Bujingi Ashima. I barely resolve him. Honestly, he can be whatever you want, honestly. And 1 Gravity Controller because Gravity Controller triggers the Dullahan and the Alucard if you really wanted to go that route. And you can out some cards in the extra monster zone that aren't really affected by anything else. So it's nice to have. But yeah, this is in general the deck profile. If you have any questions, do give me a comment down below. Ask me. I'm happy to answer with detail on my reasonings. I thought about this very hard. Harder than I should have on a Ghostrick deck. But anyways, let's get on to the duels. Okay guys, so for the match that I'm going to show you, it's going to be Eldritch Zombies versus my Ghostricks. The thing I want to mention with this is I chose this specifically because Eldritch grinds so hard in comparison to a lot of other decks that I just wanted to show this. If we do in the future want more content where I show more deck duels, I'm happy to do this with Ghostricks. So do let me know down in the comments if you want more replays and more content based on Ghostricks. I'll be happy to help you guys. But anyways, we're going to go on with this. So I'm going to end up actually going first, setting Doll and Knight and Strike. This is very like suboptimal in plays, but it's what we got. So they're gonna activate Zombie World, then they're gonna normal summon Unizombie. I'm gonna stop that with Strike because I can't let them gain any advantage more than they already have. They're gonna use Prosperity, and then they're gonna get Golden Land. Cursed Outland, whatever. I'm gonna flip Ghostrick Knights just because I can. There was no reasoning. They're gonna set 2 pass. I'm gonna flip Doll's effect, and then he's gonna chain Conquistador for some odd reason. And then I'm gonna normal summon Skeleton, and then link into Festival. The funny thing about Festival is it won't get flipped face down. So now if any of their stuff gets face down while Knight is on the field, they're locked like that. And then Skeleton and Conquistador went face down. Conquistador has a weird interaction because it's still a trap that it goes back into its zone. So next turn it'll be able to activate again. And then I set Fairy because yeah. They're gonna Ice Dragon prison us and then kill my Festival, unfortunately, but that's fine. They're gonna activate Conquistador. They're gonna then use Outland Search and then set 1 pass. I'm going to draw into Allure, which I'm going to activate. They're going to summon another Conquistador for some odd reason. I'm going to flip Fairy, I'm going to flip Jiangxi, and then I'm going to banish 3. Then go into Festival, then Alucard. Alucard's going to pop their set, and then they're going to chain, unfortunately. And then I'm going to go So Cute Boss. Then Alucard's going to trigger, blah, blah, blah. We're going to attack and go into a Festival again. We're going to set 1, pass. He's going to use things, and I'm going to chain. He's just going to let it go, and yeah, he's going to just get a ridiculous beat sticks on the field, and then I'm going to use Festival's effect to summon Doll. Doll's going to trigger, and they're just going to search with a Conquistador again, and they're going to get Book of Moon, and I'm going to set 1. It didn't really... So I think I just didn't have options here when I set Mary. So it just happened that way. I top deck into Shot anyway, so it didn't even matter. He's going to activate Conquistador Sanguine. I'm going to Ash that because we don't want him to gain any more advantage than he has. We're going to summon Alucard off the Shot, and then we're going to trigger Fairy. Then go So Cute Boss. So Cute Boss, trigger Alucard. As you can see, this is really loopy and grindy. Then we're going to flip Mansion, and then we're going to go battle, attack, bonk, bonk. And they're just going to be in trouble because all their monsters are flipped face down. They can't flip these face up, so they just kind of like lose if they can't do anything about it. They're going to activate Eldland. Honestly, now that I look at this again, they're not the most optimal Eldritch players, but I guess it comes with having a weird matchup to Ghostricks. They're going to attack and then kill my Dork Lord. I'm going to summon my 3rd Festival, and then I'm going to flip Fairy, bait the negate, and then I'm going to flip Doll, which is going to Book of Moon their things. After they banish my Doll, I'm going to normal summon Sirens, trigger Siren, search Shot. Shot is going to bring back Alucard again. I'm going to summon Dork Lord again. Dork Lord trigger, Alucard trigger. Woo! We just keep gaining all the advantage. Set another monster. Now they're Book of Moon locked again. I just keep doing this lock because it's hilarious that they can't actually do anything to me. And then I'm just gonna go flip, 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 and then basically end up going into battle phase and winning because they can't do anything.
Anyways, guys, so hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys all next time. Peace.
Hey guys, I just wanted to say one last thing. If you want to check out one of my more popular videos, that would be the video on the left. And if you want to check out one of my more recent videos, that video will be on the right. I will see you guys soon. Peace.